Kia ora koutou staff, good morning to you all and welcome to week 4 of term 2. I trust everyone's safe and well and had a refreshing weekend. Pleased to see some rain this morning. I know that's going to be helpful for many of you and your water tanks and all the rest of it. Hey, just want to feedback at the start of this week from our student survey. So Tom and the team put out a survey to our boys last week just to get some feedback from them, just to see how they're tracking, how they're, engaging in this whole remote learning process. So just going to lock in here now and share this information with you. So first question we kind of had for our boys was just around giving us an idea of how they're tracking. We divided that into juniors and seniors. So as you can see from here, juniors, close to 60% of them are sitting at that 7 out of 10. Sort of mark, and the 5s and 6s there for them. So looking at 80% of our juniors are pretty good. Just looking at the responses across both of those groups, so 78 responses from our year 9s and 10s and our senior boys, 107. So a little bit light on the response, but I think the keen ones have responded and they're giving us a good snapshot. So here's that information for us. Just looking at the seniors there, you can see that nearly 50% of them are that 7 out of 10 mark. And if you look at the 5s and 6s, there's over 35% there. So again, over 80% of our students are okay, which is a good bit of info. Just in terms of what is helping them, so what you are doing to support them with their learning. So you can see there's kind of the big three standing out there across both juniors and seniors. So the number one in both junior and senior classes, or from the boys, is clear instructions from the teachers, so well done there. Number 2 is the work is at the right level, so again, there's a tick there. Third is that they're finding the work interesting and engaging, which is another positive, and they're appreciating those regular Google Meets and Hangouts. So thanks for your efforts there. You can see that feedback is obviously scoring quite well as well. And the other is, I'll share a little bit more about that a bit later on. That's some good feedback there in terms of what's working for our young men. In terms of the biggest barriers, there's some are saying 30% are saying 25-30% are saying no barriers, but you can see quite clearly there that the personal home distractions are a little bit of an issue. And we're just cutting out the bottom of the left screen there in terms of the junior one, but you'll see that is too much work from teachers. So probably 2 things there just for us to reflect on. It's just acknowledging there are clearly more distractions at home for our boys, and that some of that work is or the amount of work they're getting is something we just need to probably reflect on this week. And some of them are saying they don't understand that. They're just missing that ability to be able to ask a question or get more clarity around what is expected. So that's something you can talk about in your department meetings this week. In terms of the learning programs that they are enjoying, so Google Classroom, Education Perfect, good spread there, and having those Google Meets and Hangouts and Google Docs. And good to see some of them, just appreciating that email. So again, there's some feedback in terms of what is working for our boys. In terms of their general well-being, you can see that close to 80% or over 80% of our juniors have no concerns. Some of them, those feeling a little bit of kind of stress and anxiety, which I guess is to be expected. And Tom and the pastoral care team will get alongside those boys who've identified that, just to bring some reassurance to them. But overall, pretty happy with how our boys and their wellbeing is tracking. So I know that this week you will have a bit of a department meeting, and I guess here's some feedback from the boys for us to just have a little closer look at. So, I mean, one of the bits of feedback came through, juniors and seniors, was just a thank you to you as staff for the extra work you're doing. So that's being appreciated. Just a signal to say, look, work's taking a little bit longer because of the distractions at home. And we take that on board and we reflect on that one. some boys are saying they feel like they're getting more work than normal. It feels like there's classwork and homework. So again, just have a look at the amounts you feel or the content you're expecting our boys to get through, and just filter that maybe a little bit. And boys are saying, look, we're getting a bit bored, and we're actually looking forward to getting back to school. And I'm sure we can agree with a little bit of what they're saying. So that's the overall feedback from our students. And again, appreciate everything that we're all doing, and looking forward to seeing you all again. We'll touch base later this week in terms of how Level 2 is going to be tracking for us. But in the meantime, make sure you're staying safe, staying strong, and staying connected. Ka kite, and have a great week, everyone.